What happens when you have chemicals entering your body? Cancer, right? I've been experiencing a huge decrease in pain and discomfort during my period. Hey y'all, it's your girl Chai here and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we're going to be doing a period hygiene slash feminine hygiene video, but more specifically in this video, I'm going to be focusing on how you can mitigate and or eliminate pain and discomfort with your period. A quick disclaimer, okay? Understand that these results are not going to happen in 2.2 seconds, in 2.2 business days. No, sweetie. With everything, it takes consistency and time and dedication. So if you're looking for a quick fix, this video is not for you, okay? If you're not looking to do things naturally, this video is also not for you, okay? So just keep that in mind. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you have any tips and tricks, make sure you put them in the comment section down below. And without further ado, let's get straight into the video. My first piece of advice on having a successful journey to a pain and discomfort-free menstrual cycle experience, okay, is to use organic cotton pads. Non-organic or just regular everyday pads that we all know of, they are usually composed of man-made ingredients, okay, and they're usually highly processed, which means that it's just far from natural, okay, and which means that it most likely has chemicals and chlorine, which is bleach, stuff that we do not need down there. And of course, what happens when you have chemicals entering your body? Cancer, right? Another thing could be skin irritation, especially those that have the fragrances and the dyes in it. Hey, I know it smells nice, and I know we want to smell like baby powder. Baby powder itself is not really good for you neither down there, okay? So you don't need to be having this artificial stuff down there that's also chemicals, that's touching your sensitive skin, and if anything is sensitive, it is going to be down there. This is an example of organic pads that I have been using for a really long time now. I've been using organic pads for about 2 or 3 years. I was introduced to this brand on Amazon, and I'm going to have this link down below for your convenience if you are interested in purchasing them. But this is the Chaileebeauty, I hope I'm saying it right, organic pads. It doesn't have fragrances, artificial dyes, deodorant, toxic adhesives, acetone, rayon, polyester, phthalates, whatever that is, something that don't need to be consumed by the human body, because I don't even know what it means, or by my human body, because I don't even know what it means or how to say it, and other harmful ingredients. Some of the regular man-made pads, some of them are made with chlorine, and I read that it's meant to keep it white, whether it's the pad itself or some parts of the pad. Why do you need to use bleach out of all things to keep something white that is going in my nether regions and is going to just be absorbed by my body and cause some craziness in the long run, okay? That is absolutely positively unnecessary and unacceptable. So that is a good brand. And I also use the Rael organic cotton cover pads. Honestly, these are something that you do have to get accustomed to, because I can admit they're a little bit thinner than possibly like the man-made brands. And I have seen some comments like on Amazon, some people who purchased, they said it's very thinner or much smaller than they're used to, and they do come in smaller counts as well. But like, we have to remember these man-made things and these ingredients that they put in them is more easily accessible. The man-made pads are like mass produced, whereas like the natural things is like it's harder to get by. These are a bit more expensive than regular pads that we just get from anywhere, that we can get from the Family Dollar, the Dollar Tree, you know, your local grocery store. But I do think that it is worth it. If you really truly want to invest in your health, you would kind of look past that and say, you know what, hey, I would rather spend more money than, you know, now on these organic pads than to lose something else in the long run. But at least a good thing with Amazon is you can do subscribe and save. And so after, you know, a certain amount of purchases, you do save like a certain percentage. And they even be having like regular percentages off sometimes, so that's good too. So you're not always going to be paying full price for these products. And let me just tell y'all, because I don't want to gatekeep around here, I read that organic cotton pads are linked to, well, I read that they're linked to shorter periods. I also read that they're linked to painless periods or a huge reduction of pain with the cramps and discomfort. I didn't read like any scientific studies or whatnot. A lot of what I read were personal testimonials. I have a personal testimony, okay? And let me just tell y'all, when I was first getting my period and I was using, you know, man-made pads, my periods were, they weren't like OD. Like they, like, let me be clear about that. They weren't like OD, like I have to stay home from school type stuff, I gotta stay home from work type stuff, because it's just unbearable. But I did get bad cramps. I did get bad cramps. I would usually get cramps on the first day though, and then every day after I would be okay, and my period would be very heavy. Once I started using organic cotton pads, y'all, I kid you not, I've been experiencing a huge decrease in pain and discomfort during my period. Of course, some cycles are better than others, and some cycles are worse than others, and sometimes I do like feel it or whatever, but you know, it's very bearable. And of course, pain is subjective. Some people have higher pain tolerances than others, but my tolerance for pain is pretty low. Sometimes I don't get pain at all. Some cycles I do not get cramps or discomfort at all, and I used to have to like run to get, you know, some painkillers because it is just too much for me. But now I can just sit and, you know, pretty much bask in it and be like, I'm gonna be okay, like this is fine, this is not too bad. Results only come with consistency. It wasn't my very first time that I started using these that I stopped getting cramps and whatnot and discomfort. Absolutely not. It took a little while, okay? And honestly, I truly don't remember how long it took, but I can safely say that now in 2023, I am doing perfectly okay when I'm on my period. I personally can say too that my periods have not shortened. I've always gotten my period for like a whole week, and I still get them for like a whole week. Sometimes it might be 5 days, sometimes it might be 6, but I never get my period for as short as like 3 or 4 days. So that's something that I can't personally say I agree with. Earlier I did mention that before I used to always run to get painkillers as soon as I feel a little bit of pain, but let me tell y'all, painkillers are not the answer for your period, okay? Just go in your medicine cabinet, look at the ingredient list, and tell me if you can pronounce any of those things, or tell me if you can tell me what those things are. I'll wait. Right. If there are things in there that you don't understand, then baby boo, you do not need to be consuming that, okay? Our body is meant to recover itself naturally, and these man-made painkillers are just doing the opposite. They're making us worse than what we should be. They're doing more harm than good to our body. So try to skip the painkillers as much as possible, and instead, honey, you can, I've personally never done it, but I've seen on YouTube a while ago, a girl, she said just heat up a tea bag or multiple tea bags and put it in a sock, and then put it at the point that you're having the pain, and that can help relieve your pain. Or you can get heating pads. I don't personally have one, but I know they have plenty on Amazon. Another thing I do recommend is taking a hot bath. You know, just relaxes your muscles and keeps your blood flowing, and, you know, makes you feel nice and good. So, boo, don't be scared about making a bloody bath, okay? Because if that's what you're scared of, take a shower first and clean down there as much as you possibly can, and then soak yourself in a nice warm bath. And you just gotta take care of yourself, honestly, instead of resorting to like, okay, I'm on my period, time to be lazy, time to just sit around and eat chocolate and eat cakes and cookies and chips. Okay, I gotta eat unhealthy. Like, don't get into that mode, okay? That is just what social media wants you to believe that you need to act like. Don't get into that mode, because it is just, it's no good for you. Take the steps to take care of yourself, or if you live with somebody, ask them to help you. Do what you gotta do. Don't try to take the easy way out, because you will never prevail. The last piece of advice that I have for you girlies is, and I know it's so cliche, but it's so true, stay hydrated, sweetie. Please stay hydrated. And no, I'm not saying with no sugar-filled fruit juice, with none of that crazy stuff. I'm talking about water. Coupled with pain and discomfort, a lot of us girls also experience major bloating when we're on our period, and that is simply just water retention, which is our body's way of trying to stay from being dehydrated. But when you think about it, when you drink enough water, your body is continually flushing out its system, and so you'll have a major decrease of bloating, if not a bloating free period experience. There is discomfort also with bloating, and that might even create an illusion of just, you know, cramps and just all this extra stuff that we don't need. So please make sure that you're staying hydrated. Again, I know it's very cliche, but if you don't want to have bloating, then baby, you need to do it. You need to drink water. Like, well, you need to drink water, period. But stop acting childish and go on and drink you some water, boo. If you're the girl that gets headaches and you get bad cramps, before you reach for painkillers, make sure you drinking water first. Speaking of water, I know some of my girlies, or some people in general, don't really care for water on its own, which I feel like you need to grow up, sis. Okay, grow up. But if you are the kind of person that doesn't really care for water and you need some type of flavor in your water, instead of opting for those sugar-filled additives that you put in your water to make it have a flavor, opt for Water Drop hydration cubes. Thank you, Water Drop, for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Water Drop's sugar-free cubes are made with real fruit and plant extracts that enhance the flavor of water. Oh my gosh. These cubes also have a short list of safe ingredients that are easy to pronounce, something you'll know that I have stressed so badly in this video. These cubes align with my goals of being conscious of what I put in my body, because I'm trying to treat my body like a temple. Girlies, y'all do not have an excuse as to why you cannot drink enough water during your cycle, because these cubes will truly make your water drinking experience more enjoyable. It will provide a natural sweetness, which will hopefully replace your artificial sugar cravings. Make sure you check out their products at waterdrop.com and use my discount code to receive 15% off your order. The link will be in the description box for your convenience. And let's just take a moment to think about what our ancestors were doing before painkillers were invented, before these man-made pads and sanitary napkins were invented. Let's take a moment to really think about what they did to mitigate or to eliminate these period symptoms. We really got to like kind of open our eyes and see what the heck is going on in this world, and how we can make the best decisions for ourselves. I really hope this video was of some help for you, and again, thank you so much, Water Drop, sponsoring a portion of today's video. Let me know if y'all want a part 2 to this, and make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know some of your hacks that you do, some natural hacks that you do, and we could, you know, let the other girlies know down in the comment section below. I'm gonna see you all in my next video.